All right, y'all. We are now joined by Griffin Dorsey. If you have a question for him in English, please click the raise your hand button, and we're gonna go ahead and get you guys taken care of. First and foremost, Griffin, talk to me a little bit about starting tonight with the club, kind of jumping in right into the scheme of things, and it having it be an away game.
Yeah, no, it was an honor to get the start, and yeah, it was hard fought. It was a long 2 years waiting for that first MLS start, but it felt good tonight. Felt good to get out there, and especially being part of a new team and getting to know the guys. It was good to get out there and battle with them.
Talk to me a little bit about the game tonight. Obviously, it was hard fought. It was the third consecutive game that the club has played on the road, and then obviously, talk to me a little bit about the result.
Yeah, no, I mean, to touch on what you said, it's a hard fought game. Whenever you're in San Jose, it's always going to be a little bit of a battle. Um, and along the lines of the result, I think it's unfortunate for us. I think going into the end of that game, we would have hoped that we would have been on the front foot, especially scoring first. I can take the blame for that own goal that ended up happening with Z, but that foul on the side shouldn't have happened.
We're gonna start with questions here on Zoom. Phil West, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Griffin, congrats on your first start. So just wanted to know, first of all, kind of what it was like to be out there and experience that.
Yeah, no, as I said before, I mean, it's an honor to be out there, and it's one of those things you work your entire life for. And when it comes true, it's pretty surreal, and that's honestly what it felt like. And stepping out there, just trying to soak in every moment of it.
Okay. One quick follow-up. I wanted to ask you a little bit about Memo and how he played tonight. It seemed like there was a kind of a lot of cohesion in the first half that you guys had compared to the second, and it seemed like Memo had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, no, I think Memo's a brilliant player. Obviously, an American. He's been in and out with the national team a little bit. He's a guy that I've always kind of looked up to as a player, and to be right alongside him and kind of having him on my side is a positive. Great player.
Okay, we're gonna go now with a question from Garrett Heinrich. Garrett, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Griffin. Congratulations on the start. Tab talked a little bit about the chemistry of this team and how the players are all kind of have each other's back and are really working. How have you, been a little bit of a newer player, how have you seen that coming together at practice and then on the pitch tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have an environment that's growing, and Tab has reiterated the idea of working together and working as a family. And I think as a group, we're really starting to connect with that. We've got a hardworking group, one that's willing to battle, and you can see it day in and day out in the training facilities and also in the games.
And what do you feel like this team needs to do to kind of get over the hump of the draws that have been kind of piling up to start getting 3 points?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the little things. I mean, as I said before, it's the foul at the end of the first half that kind of did it. And they're the little things when we come down to the wire at the end of games when we need to change our mentality of being a tying team to a winning team. And you can see it starting, but we still have some things to build on.
Thank you.
And now we have a question from Alex Parra. Alex, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes, Griffin, can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah.
Great. Forgive me, sir. We're actually just kind of wrapping up here from Houston, but congratulations on playing today. I don't want to dwell on it, but I'm sure there was some discussion about the foul there toward the end of the first half, not to make you feel worse about it. Is it focus? Is it concentration? Talk a little bit about that. I know it's a factor and I hate to dwell on it, but I had to ask.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. I mean, I think for me, it's looking back on it, it's one of those situations where you lack a little bit of focus in a situation that doesn't need to end in the way it ended. And for me as a young player and somebody who needs to be liable, I need to take it, learn from it, and, keep getting sharper in those little moments. That ultimately, that's what it is.
I get it. Another young player, teenage. We weren't able to get a status on his condition. First of all, how do you get along with him? Two great young players starting today, which I think is phenomenal. How is he, if you can speak about him, and what is your relationship with him? You guys get along?
Yeah, no, teenage is relatively close to me in the locker room back in Houston, and he's a great guy. He's actually very funny.
That's what we hear.
Yeah, but the cohesion with the team, right as he got in, man, he was a good guy to have around, and you could see it from day one. He's a guy who's going to grind, he's going to battle, and he's going to be for everybody. I mean, you saw it tonight. I mean, he comes out with a shoulder injury, but there's never a doubt in anybody's mind that he's the guy that's willing to continue to go.
Yes, sir. And finally, how are the veterans helping you youngsters along? What is that chemistry like? Can you take us inside for a few minutes about what that chemistry is like right now with the team, please, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've got a lot of veteran guys who, as a young player, you can look up to, but not only look up to them, you can have conversations with them. And I think even tonight, for me, playing with Z behind me was a huge positive. He's a guy who's willing to talk. He's willing to help you. He's not about himself on the field. He's very in your ear and is willing to help you out. I think Tim is the same way. But then you also have like Maxi and Matty in the middle, who are guys that are willing to help you. And Joe Corona is just the same. I mean, when you're surrounded by that many veteran guys as a young player, it can be relatively easy to kind of fit in.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll say it in Spanish. Felicidades y bienvenido, Griffin, al Houston Dynamo. Congratulations, sir.
Gracias.
Gracias.